Hello and welcome to what is new in Microsoft 365 and Teams for the 4th to the 17th of September 2022. I'm Mark Thompson from supersimple365.com. I have updates from Outlook, Planner, SharePoint, Teams and a few from around Microsoft 365 to tell you about. Being in the UK and mourning the loss of our Queen, I am in somber mood, and this may be reflected in today's session, but in a couple of weeks we will be back to normal. Let's start with Outlook. Outlook on the web, an updated location for the message compose options. Let me just zoom into here for you. Let me just see. So you can see normally this type of stuff would be at the bottom of the email that you're composing, but email on the web is moving up to the top, top left hand side it starts. Looks quite nice, I think. So the formatting bar, the send and discard and those types of things. Oh, look at that. Let's just zoom in on that. The loop components, you can see those up there. It'd be interesting to see what the drop down is there. I'm guessing those are the actual loop components. I'd like to see what. Love to have seen what was in this demo build that Microsoft has taken these screenshots from. Previously, these were in the bottom of the compose window, like I said, due late September to mid-October 2022. Moving over to Planner. So Microsoft are adding support for rich text and images in the Planner task notes field. This may sound familiar because I told you about this last year. I think it was almost 12 months ago, maybe 10 months ago. Anyway, I'm just doing a full update on it because it's back. It includes bold, italics and underline. Now, go and read the additional notes. If you have any kind of automation that looks at the Planner notes, you need to go and read this properly. So hop over to the blog, supersimple365.com, do a search for Planner and it will pop up. You need to have a look at that if you do have automation on the notes section in Planner. This was originally due December last year and is now expected October to mid-November this year. Hopefully that will come out. I use Planner every day and I'm really looking forward to this update. SharePoint. So Medium People card will soon be available as part of the People web part. Let me just zoom in on here for you. So we've got the normal one on the left hand side. Look at this, you can see that it doesn't take any color. It's kind of translucent. You can see the, or transparent, you can see the color behind. Over on the right hand side there's the large, but this is what I'm talking about now. This one in the middle, this medium one. And you can see there you can have 50 characters. That's quite a nice addition. Gives it nice and compact, but you can say a little bit about the person. So I've covered off the colors. The character count is hidden once it's published, so you see that, but when you publish it, people don't. And that is due early to late October this year. Now getting over to Teams. So expanded reactions in Teams. So at the moment you have 6. You have like your thumbs up, your smiley face, your frowny face, the heart and the cross face and something else. Oh, that shocked face there as well. Anyway, this is getting expanded to over 800. You can use any of these reactions in chat and channel messages. You're also getting a new reactions user experience. You start from the left hand side here. Let me zoom in on that for you. I think that's probably worth a closer look. So you can see here how many people have reacted to each type, and it will go on and on and on. I'm guessing there'll be some kind of overflow over here. Although it would take quite a few reactions for that, wouldn't it? No associated settings for the ability to enable or disable this feature, so by the looks of it you're getting it. Mid-October to late November 2022. I really like that light-hearted side of Microsoft 365, so I'm delighted, can't wait for it. But I do know some clients that don't like people using any of them, so I suspect they're going to have a mild fit when they see they're going from 6 to 800, but I guess most of us will be pleased to see that. Schedule send for Teams chat. I really like this. I often, for reasons that suit me, work before and after regular working hours, and if I was sending an email, I would do a delayed delivery so it arrives when the person comes back to work. I'm now getting that ability in chat in Microsoft Teams, so I don't want to send this out of hours, because a lot of us, so I know a handful of people who have Teams on their personal mobile devices, so I don't want to be sending messages to those people. send up to 7 days in the future. Let's just have a closer look at what we have here. So you can see here, so I've clicked on the send. Actually, I've done a right click. So this is available now in preview. So if you're not sure what preview is, go to the blog, do a search for preview, and I'll tell you how to turn that on in Teams. You can see there that we've turned this on. I've tried this and it looks great. 7 days in advance, and you can get this set up. Let's have a quick look. So you can't flag important or urgent messages. You can edit it right up until that date, and you're going to see this late September to mid-October. Like I say, it's already in preview, so you're definitely going to be getting this soon. And next up, we have video clips in Teams chat. You can record 1-minute video clips. So let's just have a look down here. Let me just zoom in a little bit, and you can see this new button here. So let's just see what we've got. So you can see here we click on that button, recording, and now we can trim it, we can get it all ready, send it off, and then the person can play it back in here. Maybe I'll just run that again for you. Let's have a look. So pressing the record button, do your recording up to a minute, trim it, press send, and then it appears in the chat. On desktop, mobile and browser, due September to early October this year. Moving around Microsoft 365 a little bit now. So quick access to Teams and SharePoint document libraries from desktop Office apps. So I really like this. I know some people say they go to Teams or they go to SharePoint, and they find their file, they click on it or do whatever, they maybe go to the overflow menu and tell it how to open. Some people, like myself, we like to open, for example, Word or PowerPoint, and then I like to open the file from inside the application. I go to the application, then I open the file. It's just, I don't know why, it's just the way I work. Now, we're getting this new section. So when you go backstage, you click on the File tab, then you click on Open. You're getting this new section here, this quick access. You can see here we've got a recent, you've got all your teams. So I really like the look of this, and I think people are going to love it, but they're not going to really notice it. It's one of those updates which makes quite a difference, but somehow people don't notice it. It's all of a sudden it's just easier, and I don't really know why. I think this is going to be one of those updates. Really, really like this one. Just a reminder there, you click on the Files tab in the desktop version of whatever Office app you're in, so Word, Excel, etc. Click Open, and then and see recent here. So if I've gone to one of those locations, Teams or SharePoint, directly and open a file, it then gets added to here. So that's how I'll find it if I haven't been there before. Hope that made sense, that last bit. Anyway, due early to late January 2023, so I guess I'll be talking about this near the time. But that, from an end user point of view, is one of those subtle but really nice updates. What do we have? So hopefully you've seen some of these updates, but I'm just going to quickly whiz through them. These are updates for the whiteboard. So nice and easy to open existing whiteboards in Teams meetings. Annotations in Teams meetings, so the ability to use the whiteboard tools over anything that you've got in Teams. That's a really lovely feature. What else do we have? The external collaboration in there, exporting your whiteboard as a PDF. Templates is available to you. So a couple of things to look out for. So those are all available now, but the ability to create your own templates, so for your meetings or whatever, and share those. But also, look at that line on the bottom. I added that, honestly, literally 20 minutes ago I added that line. Look out for loop components coming to whiteboards. So for me, in the web version of Outlook, I've got loop components turned up there. Some people have it, some people don't. So loop components are about to pop, and we're hoping with a big conference coming up, the Loop app will become available. I will of course update you on that, but loop components are starting to surface in more places. And if you don't know what loop components are, so very quickly, so go to the blog, do a search for loop, and you'll see. But very quickly, imagine you have a Word document and you have a table in there, or you have a list in there, and maybe you want to work with somebody on that, and you would share that Word document. Now imagine if you can pluck that list or pluck that table straight out of that Word document and share just that table or that list that you've plucked out of the Word document, just sharing that thing without the wrapper of Word being around it. Loop's kind of like that. Really looking forwards to that update in the whiteboard, and hopefully you'll see it soon in Outlook too. Anyway, just keeping you up to date with what's happening on the whiteboard. This is an update for Viva, and unfortunately you need to have a license for it, but quite nice updates. Meeting effectiveness surveys and effective meeting plans in Teams. So at the end of a meeting, you can set this up as an organizer. People will see this, and you can get feedback for what would make your meetings better, what is good about them, and what can make them better. I think that is awesome. Effective meeting plans, so you can set these up. Maybe you want them to finish 5 minutes early. You want to just create some better norms, and then you can share those. That looks great as well. So the effectiveness surveys, September to late October. The plan is due mid to late October, but it is for people with a license. Okay, so you can keep up in the usual ways. The blog is definitely worth a look. So I've just told you about 9 updates, whereas actually over on the blog there's 24. Now some of those are ones to watch that have just appeared very recently on the roadmap. Some of them are just quick updates, just bite-sized updates that weren't really worth an entire slide, and there's quite a few revised timelines, so new dates on there. So hop over to the blog, folks. There is plenty on there for you to look at. Hopefully that was helpful. Hope to see you in a couple of weeks.